afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. In the program, saying certain kind of international cooperation and some mechanism for the fulfillment of sustainable development goal. So I changed slightly as global challenges and catalyzing actions for water security on the SDGs. So among these, as you know, last year, September 25th, United Nations adopted a set of goals to end the poverty, protect the planet, and entire prosperity for all as part of a new sustainable development agenda. So each goal has a specific target to be achieved over the next 15 years. Until the end of last year, we had the Millennium Development Goals, in which we didn't have a separate theme of water and sanitation. That was the sub-theme. But fortunately, for this SDG, it consists of 17 goals, but in goal 6, we have water. So this is a water goal, SDG 6, and in order to ensure availability and the sustainable development of water and sanitation for all. I would like to start with the SDG because main purpose is to how to implement SDG to solve water problems in transition countries as a factor of stability. So 6.1 is drinking water, 0.2 is sanitation and hygiene, 6.3 is water quality, 6.4 water use, 6.5 is water resources, and 6.6 ecosystems, and 6.8 is international cooperation and capacity development. 6.B is stakeholder participation. So I'll go more in detail. SDG 6.1, in order to achieve the universal and equitable access to safe and affordable drinking water by 2030. 6.2 is to achieve access to adequate and equitable sanitation and hygiene for all, and open defecation, paying for special attention to the needs of women and girls and those in vulnerable situations. And 6.3 is about water quality improvement by reducing pollution and using some the proportion of untreated wastewater and substantially increasing recycling and water reuse. And 6.4 is also substantially increase water use efficiency across all sectors and ensure sustainable withdrawals and supply of fresh water. And 6.5, this is important, is by 2030, going to implement integrated water resource management, IRR, to all levels, including transboundary cooperation as appropriate. 6 point is water-related ecosystem, in order to keep the ecosystem safely in the mountain, forest, wetland, rivers, aquifers, and lakes. 6.8 is also international cooperation capacity. So our main, we are concerned on the international cooperation and also capacity building. 6.B is support and strengthen the participation of local communities. So among the 17 goals, water is a kind of a cross-cutting and a kind of connected with the other, the 16 goals. That's very, according to the colors, we say dignity, people, planet, prosperity, and so forth. And for example, SDG 1 is about poverty, 4 is education, 7 is energy, 9 is infrastructure, 13 climate, 17 in the implementation. And the other goals also include some water problems, like 2.4 is hunger from flood and drought, 3.3 is health for waterborne disease, 3.9 is health about pollution, 11.5 is cities, water-related disasters, 12.4 production from the pollution, and 14.1 oceans land-based activities, 15.1, 15.3, 15.x all ecosystems. During the MDG, even though World Consensus on Water and Sanitation, particularly in African region, we solved some, not whole, but much part of water, but the sanitation still is very behind. So this is main goals we have to achieve these 17 goals by 2013. At the moment, all UN member countries, all United organizations, all are pushing through this achievement of implementation of SDG. But here, the main important thing is water security. In order to have water security, we are doing SDGs and other activities. So what is security? We have water security, military security, food security, energy security, many things. When you look at the English dictionary, security means freedom from danger, from fear or anxiety, or from want and deprivation. As you know, our human being tried to find water always, not only in quantity but also in quality always, and try to proper time and place. Also try to prevent the flood or reserving resources drought. So when we look at the history, all peoples are living near the river and where you can find more water. So there are many definitions about water security. So, but the most the acceptable, popular one is a definition made by UNESCO. So this defined as the capacity of population first to ensure access to adequate quantities of water of acceptable quality, quantity with acceptable quality for sustaining human and ecosystem health on a watershed. And the second is to ensure efficient protection against water-related hazard, flood, drought. So in this context, in UNESCO IHB Intergovernmental Council, where I was formulated as a chairperson of Intergovernmental Council, we were formulating the 8th phase of IHP, which started from 2014 to 2021. So we finally made the IHP as a main theme of water security, reasonable response to local, regional, and global challenges. After this, our use of water security, the Rio 20 meeting, they adopted water security, and the UN, all global people start using water security. So this is water security is a main focus to have water problems. Not only the transition country, all our problem countries. So main thing, keyword is as I told you in the definition, water supply in terms of both quantity and quality, and healthy ecosystem, and also sustainable economic growth. So main thing is quantity, quality, safe one, and ecosystems and economic growth, and also protecting civil society from like disasters and also from climate change. So this is mainly the water security. So in this water security, we should maintain the way of sustainability. We are using sustainability very often. That's what's sustainability. Sustainability is in our hand actually. So when we say sustainable use of water, it's main thing, three terms, 3 E's: equity, efficiency, and environment. So environmental sustainability, economic efficiency, or social equity, and water governance as well. So main thing is we should have equitable short and long-term economic and social development while protecting and enhancing our environmental resource ecosystems, and also common sense and common consensus on what we should do today in order to satisfy our goals and to provide opinions our descendants will need as they strive to satisfy their goals. So we have to think of the next generation, not this generation only. So if we see, key concept, as you see the right-hand side on the top, right-hand side is economy, equity, environment. It's main 3 E's. This is the main, concept of sustainability. So intra and intergenerational equity, this generation, next generation for the future, and economic, social, environmental dimensions, and dynamic and adaptive to change the supply, and environmental resource, ecosystem preservation, and protection, enhancement, and all. Another one, our economic and the potential health depend on the quality of our environmental ecosystems. So in the water field, we should do sustainable water management. What means sustainable management? Previously, traditional or classical ways, just we build the infrastructures and take a water supply and the supply and also some product control. But this emphasizes the need to consider long-term future as well as the present. So long-term future is important. Water resource systems that are managed to satisfy the changing demand placed on them now and on into the future without the system degradation can be called sustainable. So in 1998, American Society of Civil Engineers, and in 1999, UNESCO made a very popular definition of the sustainable water system. Is those designed and managed to fully contribute to the objectives of society now and in the future, while maintaining the ecological, environmental, and hydrological conditions. So first, the challenge is to have sustainable water management. So how we can have sustainable management? The main thing, as I told you, is 6.5, SDG 6.5 is water resources and implementing IRRM into integrated water resource management for sustainable water management. But why we say integrate? Water cycle, water problems that connected to every point. Like if after we use water, come to the groundwater, pollute the water, and also we have some pumping water ground. It's all sources came from surface and also by rainfall. So we should have a kind of a way of integrating. So we call integrated water resource management. This is a whole general tendency. But if we see this definition more, when you look at definition, it's more clear. This is a kind of a process which promotes coordinated development and management of waterland-related resources in order to maximize the resulting economic and social welfare in equitable manner without compromising sustainability of vital economy. Many people when we say integrated water, then some people try to all join together, make one organization in the governance. But this is not the meaning of IWR. It's a kind of the coordinated development and management, not only water, land, and related resources together as a way of integrated manner. So this is very important. Also here we have three key goals: equity, efficiency, and sustainability as well. So how can we have a kind of IRRM cycle? So for example, we have established the status overall goals, and maybe we have then built a commitment to reform and analyze the gaps and prepare a strategy and action plan and build a commitment to action, implement and frameworks, and monitor and evaluate and go to the game. So it's rotating by thinking over the definition and so forth. There are many ways. UNESCO published the guideline of IRRM. But when you look at the case studies of IRRM, everywhere different. Of course, all hydrological condition, water condition different in the regions and the countries and continent. But so you cannot have only one way. So most popular one is river basin approach, river basin levels. So it leads to social, economic, and environmental benefit. But the actual progress toward implementing IRRM varies enormously and depend on the area, capacity, political will, and understanding of IWM concept, and then implement it. When I met many people, like in Africa, they are very active to adopt this IWM, but according to the countries, all different they're using. Some people are misunderstand what IWM means. So this is very important. But the liberation level is very popular, and also the suggested the spiral approach. Here, spiral approach is first, recognize one spiral, recognize, identify problems, and the second, conceptualize. Third, in coordinating planning, and fourth, implement monitoring and develop. Then go to next spiral and the next spiral. If we can apply this spiral approach, you can use, like in Serbia, you've been working for water management and protection of flood and drought from maybe 100 years ago, 200 years ago already. Then you can say, oh, that was 100 years approach was the first spiral. And maybe 50 years ago, second spiral. And the present time, third spiral. Then we improve, you can adopt a different new technique. Then also another further spiral. So this is good, a kind of, trial and error approach, and we make some first, the recognize problems, conceptualize, and go on. So this is a very popular approach, and in the UNESCO guidelines, they had a lot of the case studies. So for the challenges of water problem, we need to have IWRM and sustainable management and other challenges what we have to do. So in order to have some safe water security, we have many international activities by different organizations, and for the cooperation and find the water problem. So I would like to give us example of World Water Council's activities, World Water Council's World Water Forum. This is a kind of catalyzing actions for water security. Maybe you may know and very well about this World Water Forum, what it is. This is kind of largest event in field of water. It has every 3 years. And we had last time seventh World Water Forum, and next 2018 we have 8th World Water Forum. So first one in Marrakesh, Morocco, second in Netherlands, third one in Kyoto, Japan, fourth one in Mexico City, and the fifth one in Istanbul, and sixth one in Marseille, France, seventh in Korea, Daegu Gyeongbuk, and eighth one in Brasilia. So this is the kind of giving platform to debate and try to find the water problem and go to the further forward. So I will give a very quick the result of the 7th World Water Forum. At that time we had the slogan "Water for our future." I don't know whether we solved the water problem, but in Marseille meeting. A lot of the solutions were suggested, but here we're trying to have a way of implementation. In this program, we had the 4 sessions: thematic process, and political process, regional process, and science technology process was the first time to have since World Water Forum was initiated. But in thematic process, we had 16 themes. When you look at 3.4 is a smart implementation of IWM. In this sub-theme, Professor Milan Dinkic organized a transition special session. So that was the first time to have these transition sessions in the world, and that was very popular, and also he produced a very nice result on transition. So today's international companies are kind of continuation. Then out of this result, we can go to next World Water Forum. So to find how we can have a cooperation and collaboration between transition countries and also with developed countries. So we have actually 16 teams in thematic. So we selected 16 champions And actually 19 champions. So one certain section we had 2 champions. And also political process, we had ministerial, parliamentary, and local regional sections. And regional process, not only continental base, we had inter-regional base. And also we had special cross regions like Arab, Mediterranean, and economical water issue. And in science technology, we had 5 main focuses. And also we had a CEO innovation panel and the white paper and the water challenges. And what I just summarized achieved what we had achievement. First, the mechanism were created to enhance support for continuous collective action on water. So we fixed the implementation roadmap and action monitoring. I will touch on this later more because this is very important. And the second one, greater political commitment was generated for water within Palestine. So we had a ministerial declaration, parliamentary statement, and the Daegu Water Action for Sustainable Cities and the Region. And pivotal role of science technology as a sustainable engine for implementation of water-related solutions was highlighted. And first time in history, we published a white paper, and also we had a CEO innovation panel. And the dialogue and exchange was enhanced among different regions, regional process, and the case studies demonstrating through the water shortage and water challenges. I'll give you some figures. We had around 46,000 entries, peoples, and also 10 world leaders, head of state, and 81 government ministers at ministerial conference, 71 parliamentarians, and 95 local and regional authorities. And we had 403 sessions and events, like a thematic session process, we had 128, and the political, regional, science, technology, citizens forum, and another, the additional session, and the expo as well, and also about 900 journalists attended. So we think we had a very successful result, and I'll go further a bit detail, very important. In the thematic process, as I told you, we had 16, now 19 champions, and we had a specially implemented roadmap action monitoring system and the water showcase, and also political process. We had a ministerial declaration, parliamentary statement, and water consensus on sustainable city. During the Istanbul meeting, they made a champion city. This was the kind of direction of development of local cities. So now, last year, we made the sustainable cities. So this become another direction of, new direction of, the regional development of cities until 2018. And the regional process, we had some thematic issues linked together, and also collaborative discussion, cross-cutting concluding sessions, and also broad understanding how to deal with the similar challenges and difference in the different countries. We exchanged the ideas and problems between continents, between regions. This is a very good international cooperation, way over the international cooperation. And science technology, as I told you, it's the first time to have. And we had 5 main focuses, and also we had white paper and the CEO innovation panels. I'll tell you the next one, 2018 in Brazil, but they don't have science technology in main team. They're going to put in the sub-team, but they, instead of science technology, they made sustainability groups. So this sustainability group, as you see here, the last almost end part of June, we had a kick-off meeting in Brasilia. So it is 8th World Water Forum, thematic growth linked with, tentatively they made sharing waters this time, main slogan, and sustainability. And this will link with the implementation roadmap from 7th World Water Forum and 2030 sustainable development goals agenda as well. And also 8th Forum, Water Forum, the regional, political, and so forth. So this actually proposed, they have the different, because I am involved with again the ISC member, so I know very well. So they made 6: climate, people, quality, governance, ecosystem, and the grounds. That's general term. And also they had 3 cross-cutting: sharing, capacity, and financing. You can see more details here. And in the climate theme, we will have water security and climate change, people, the water and the sanitation and health, grounds, water for sustainable production, quality, water quality, wastewater reuse, and the ecosystem, water and ecosystem, governance, water governance, financing. And the 3, the cross-cutting is sharing and sustainability. And second is capacity, and third cross-cutting is financing. So in the first, sharing sustainability, it will include science and technology. So maybe by next year, we will have a concrete the organizing the sessions. Here, not only this thematic, sharing, capacity, finance, and we have regional process, political and citizens forum, and the sustainability process. So when we make this, the items to organize sessions, we have to bring what we are doing here to next World Water Forum to show them what we need in the future. And also at the moment, the implementation roadmap, which was created in 7th World Water Forum, Korea, is very important to bring what we have done to next, the 8th World Forum. There are some arguments. We already about 20 years had a World Water Forum, but we never solved the water problem around the world in the global, our planet. So complaining how? Same. But you can imagine, population growth very quick, and we have a climate change. All water situations are changing very, quickly. So we should bring what we've done and the next one, and then we have to bring continuously. So at the moment, through the action monitoring system, we in Korea developed the action monitoring systems, and all champions voluntarily to visit action monitoring, and then they produce the reports. For example, water for all, safe water. Then champion survey around the world what's going on in each country, Serbia or Hungary or France, and Germany. Then they give us. So World Water Council, we established task force on this. I'm chairing the task force. So we are going to make a very concrete and active work to implement roadmap, bring to the Brazil. And out of Brazil result, then go to again. So this is very important. This main purpose is to embody the strong determination of global water community, articulated at the outcome of 7th World Forum to implement action, then move forward on water to continuously monitor progress. So actually 3 objectives. First one is ensure continuity between each World Water Forum and catalyze collective action. Third one is contribute to global process. So as you know, we our human being, we normally when we have a action event, very busy and people are active. But after this event, everybody trying to forget about it. Then we cannot bring this next event. So in the next event, we start again to discuss and to solve a problem. So by the international roadmaps or action monitoring system, it's good. It's not only applicable to this World Water Forum, for all our water activities and for international collaboration. This is very important. So we are having tracking process through the action monitoring system. We had some problems in the beginning because action monitors were developed and have to translate into English. So in the first stage, the champions can get only them. Nowadays, all finished and you can visit the action monitoring system. So this is in order to have a forward monitor through the online action monitoring. This is a very voluntary basis. So many champions complain, we don't have a fund, how we can work about this. So this is a very impressive work to do in the future. So this is all what I trying to introduce you as a catalyzing actions for water security. In conclusion, we have the actually crisis of managing water and the water governance. So sustainable management with IWM is important. And also we have a paradigm change from classical way to sustainable management. And also we should apply the IWRM in order to fulfill SDG 6.5. So river basin approach is very popular, and we should use the IWM guideline as user-friendly. And also for the catalyzing actions, water security, we should continue implementation roadmaps through all our activities. Thank you very much for your attention for my presentation.